Hi everyone, welcome to another series. This will be on the Brighouse Rapid Play, which I completed on the 8th of June. Because I'd already played 24 games and you have to play 30 to get all your games counted for that grading list. And I mean that the very rapid play were counting. As you know, I didn't do too great there. And I fancied my chances of getting a high performance because it's all one section. It was all like an open. And it was quite small as well due to the competing South Lakes Congress, and I was the only player from outside West Yorkshire. But in round 1 I was shoved on board 2 against the second seed Darwin Ursal, very strong player and a nice guy as well. I kicked off with E4, and I played the C3 Sicilian by a funny move order because I did knight f3 first. But I don't think it's as good against D6 because that's C3, knight f6, this move's a bit annoying. I played bishop d3. Knight c6, bishop c2. So I'll try and maybe set up a type of Italian position. But after bishop g4, now it's very hard to get d4 in without incurring structural damage on the king side. The castles, d6. I played h3. I think his best was bishop takes f3, giving up the bishop pair. But if the queen takes f3, bishop e7, it's going to be very hard to get d4 in, and I've got to play something like knight a3, and it's not a very open position, so the bishop pair doesn't mean that much. So bishop h5 was played, should still be good enough for an equality. d3, so I maybe got plans of knight d2, rook e1, knight f1, g4, knight g3. Bishop e7, bishop f4, castles, knight d2, rook c8, rook e1, b5. So black's idea is to play b4 and create weaknesses on my queen side. And the pawn of c3 will become weak and can be hit by moves like queen a5, knight f1, b4. Now should play g4, gaining more space, and although it looks quite weak, then it's hard for black to exploit it because he hasn't got enough active pieces around my king side. Bishop g6, knight g3. White has a good position. But I played knight g3, chicken move, bishop g6, d4. So I've got my d4 advancing, so I've got quite an active position now, but my queen side's a bit weak after bc3, bc3, queen a5. So now I'm forced to do passive moves like bishop d2, and now queen retreats to c7 to make it very hard for me to stop me from playing e5 perhaps, and also to get out of the way of any c4, d5 ideas that I had. I played e5 anyway. I think this is justified because all my pieces are developed. And now he played knight d5, which surprised me actually. I expected bishop takes c2 first, queen takes c2, and then knight d5. But maybe I've got a queen e4 as an idea in this position. If after knight d5, I can I'll always put in c3. If I take an f6, g6, I can double the pawns around his king, but I don't think the pawns are that bad after h takes g6. So I played bishop takes g6, h takes g6, f takes g6. I don't think it's that great because although it opens the f file up for his rook, e6 becomes very weak. Then you got plans of knight g5 then. So h takes, no, d takes c5. Absolutely horrific move by me. I just missed his next move. What I should play in this position is I was actually looking at e takes d6, bishop takes d6, knight e4. So I'm going to get this dark square bishop off the board. C takes d4, c takes d4. The problem is now I've got an isolated pawn. I have to say rook b8, knight takes, queen takes. Interesting position where I've got a nice bishop I have in return for a knight, but the knight is very good blockading my isolated pawn, and I think black is a bit better here. I also considered c4, which I think is the best move. Knight b6. But I was just a bit worried about this pawn now in c4. It was very weak. So maybe I have to play e takes, bishop takes, d takes, bishop takes, knight e4, knight d4, rook c1. But after knight f5, again I think black's slightly to be preferred. But in the game, I played d takes c5, and the reason this is a really bad move is because I actually missed that he doesn't have to play d takes c5. I thought if he plays d takes c5, then we've both got let's have a look. If they played d takes c5, which is all I'd considered, I thought, yeah, we've both got weak pawns on the c file. I've got a nice advanced d5 pawn, and his structure and his king's a bit crumpled, and maybe I've got rook b1 with b file pressure. But he plays d takes e5 instead, and now the problem is my c5 pawn's looking very weak. I played queen e2, which is another not very good move, because it doesn't actually regain the pawn on e5. I should have played knight e4, which of course I saw. I thought I could just play f5, but that's not too great after knight eg5, hitting e6, which also goes with a fork. And if he plays queen d7 to defend it, I play c4, knight c7, and now I can play rook takes e5, knight takes c5, knight takes e5, queen d8, and knight takes. In fact, first h4, and white has very good compensation for the exchange here and could get a dangerous attack on black's king potentially. g6 and e6 are both being forked. Not good. But the problem is after knight e4, f5 doesn't have to be played yet. His pawn is still very weak and probably going to drop off. Maybe something like rook fd8 and black's just better in this position. I played queen e2. The problem is now after bishop takes c5, after I took, after everything comes off, he has this at the end, and I can't get back to defend c3 because rook e3 is stuck cut off by the knight, so I'm going to be a pawn down. After rook e2, double these pawns, I take c3. He's probably not lost his position, even though I'm a pawn behind. I actually took his knight off, which maybe isn't the best, but I was trying to get towards a rook ending because I thought the rook ending would be quite drawish because we both got a set of double pawns. It's hard to make use of his majority on the king side. I played rook fc1, so I'm actually letting him have g3. I'm trying to get to 7th, and although it's the best move, I think it allows me a necessary counterplay to rook c7. But he can play rook a3 actually. Now my rook gets pinned down as well, so maybe that was best. But he played rook c8, which is what I'd do. Rook takes c3, rook takes c3. Now I played king f2. King f2. Rook a3. I thought this was just completely lost this, because this rook's just tied down. But I think if I play g4, it might be either black to win. Do some analysis. So I did play. Yeah, I did play g4. So I've now got the moves up here. I've got like just the board. So I actually can't see what I played next. Yeah, but I did play g4. Yeah, so king f8, king e2, king e7, king e2, king f6. So the king is coming towards these pawns. Now I played check to try and force it back. So going back to e7. See if it comes to anywhere else. I'm going to win f7. Go back to a1, f5, trying to get rid of double pawns, which I took, which was obviously not the best idea because he takes back, and now he's lost. We've both lost our double pawns, but he's got now a passed pawn, very dangerous passed pawns. King c2. Now it's actually starting to get pretty bad now after king f6 because I'm too tied down. Because in rook endings, you need your rook activity is the key, and king activity, and both my rook and king are passive. And now it's lost now. Because rook comes to g3, rook to g1. f4, and in fact he actually resigned in this position, just seeing f3. I think it is lost, but maybe a bit premature. I have to say king c1. So actually if f3, I can actually play rook f1, I'm hanging on. That's what I missed. So he has to go with this pawn as well. King d2, e4. But now yeah, he's starting to get lost now. It's just going to be a slow torture. King f2, e3 check, king e2, king e4. This is just lost now. So a rather disappointing first game and rather timid performance at white pieces, but I was playing a very strong player who went on to win the event actually. As usual, I always get the eventual winner in round 1. But I hope you enjoyed it, and look out for the next games coming up soon. Thanks very much, and please leave any comments and thoughts. Thanks very much.